what I was saying is this: in every new week, it's important to do a weekly directional bias. Instead of a new week, you do. Hope you guys can hear me. Let me check Telegram. Can you hear me, please? Uh, am I audible? I've not shared my screen yet. I'm just talking. So can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me now so I'll proceed. I want to end this class in 30 minutes. I'm having like some kind of fever. I think I was exposed to cold. Okay, thank you. Why is it that it's hard for people to say yes, we can hear you? It's not difficult, just say yes in a group. So like I was saying, yeah, when is a new week, you will do your weekly directional bias instead of a daily directional bias. Of course, a daily directional bias can still work, but it's better off starting a new week with a weekly directional bias. Now the reason is this: because if you are doing your top-down analysis from the weekly to get directional bias, the weekly should give you an overview of how that week should be like. Do you understand? Especially like after a rejection and everything. Like, I don't know if you get me. Now I'm going to do, for example, now let's just look at some few things here. Now I talked about the last week. I explained this type of, in place of, if in cases where there is no rejection, I explained we could see a sweep and also use it when the last candle before the reversal is longer than the previous candle, and then price just closes above it with the week like that. I said we could use something like this. If there is no rejection, we could use this. If this is our last weekly candle, then you can use it to get our weekly directional bias. Now let us use some cases. Now we had, which week was this? This was 9th February. We had this weekly rejection on this key level. This key level right here. Now you can see that for throughout this week, after, if we are trading this week now, we are using this previous week rejection. So the rejection is for sell. So it means that if we get our breakout and everything, we should be able to ride this sell all along like this. Now after the weekly, the first trade and all of that, you can start using daily from like Tuesday. Try to like follow up. Do you understand? But to be on the safe side, you may not even want to look out for like buys. You may not want to look. I hope you can see my screen. You may not want to. Alright. You may not want to look out for like buys since your weekly has already given you sales. You may want to look out for like more sales that week. Do you understand? Now if you're observing this weekly, after this rejection here, it was selling throughout. You can see there was no other confirmation for a buy to change buyer, so it was just sales throughout. More confirmation for sale from 9th March. We had another rejection. We kept selling. We had another confirmation for a sale. We sold. We came back up again the next week. The same rejection was retapped on. We sold. We had another one here. We sold. Until what? Until we had this one here. We sold until we had a buy. This last week here. Did it give us a buy confirmation? I don't think so. But then we had a continuation for a buy here. Now, what am I just trying to say? I'm just trying to give you an overview of how you can get directional bias from weekly. That's basically the things I came to do in today's class, and just take few questions because I announced that for a new week use weekly directional bias, and some people were like, okay, you can see the market has started the new candle. So you can see even on this weekly here we have a bullish week. You can see we had a rejection at this level. It's a bullish. There was no bearish rejection here. You don't reject on anything bearish here. So what do we have? We have this guy here, and before then we had that sweep kind of confirmation, the one I told you guys. Now it swept this one. Now if you observe, it is because of this thing that happened here. That is why price bought this week that just passed. It is because of this thing, and now because of this sweep here, we are expecting price to do what? To buy more, as long as it doesn't reject before the week runs out. But still inside this week we can still get daily reversals for bullish continuation, but using this particular weekly we are bullish in GBP USD. Do you understand? Now you can see. Now let's try this. Now let's use the last week. There's somebody that took this trade. I was so impressed. Like the trade was, I don't even know. I was so impressed when I saw that trade, and he explained everything the way I would have explained it if it was a class. I was so happy. Whenever I see you guys doing exactly what I taught you, I feel so proud, because it shows that of course this is the system that I'm teaching you that you are using. And I'm even happy. I'm seeing a lot of you tagging me on Twitter. It's really like that's why I try my best to comment on as much as I can, like them and all of that. I'm really impressed when I see your comment tagging me, giving credit to the strategy. You can even see when I comment, it gets like 10,000 views, 8,000 views. The other person got over 30,000 something views from his payout. So I think that should be his most viewed post. I commented on it as well. So just keep doing what you are doing. So you guys know, after the rejection, what do we do? This is not a rejection. This one is a sweep. This one is a rejection. You can see it very well. This is a rejection for the new week. But I'm talking about previous week before we come to the new week. You can see. I'll go to the next time frame after the weekly, which is the daily. Now we look out for our daily breakout. Since this is the rejection, this is where the breakout for daily occur. Please give me a minute. Okay, you guys are still following. Now after the breakout, you can see that price rejected here. So if we're following this, we could put it here. A new rejection, and then we go to the next time frame, 4 hours. This is where the candle is here. Then we had our breakout on 4 hours. Mind you, are not entering for 4 hours. Please don't, so that your SL will be small. And GBP USD is a pair that I see that it likes QMR very well. It tries its best, to respect it. Like me, I make sure that I don't complicate these things. If I want to use QMR, I'm using QMR. If I want to, I hardly like use RBS and SBI, except I'm doing continuation. But I love to stick with the particular entry model, because you just get where you're not supposed to get stopped out. You just get stopped out twice. If for example your QMR is not even supposed to hold, I already entered RBS at the top. Imagine taking SL for RBS at the top, taking for QMR. So just focus on one. So then we had price rejection at this level, so just give it to the QMR. I would have said this guy here, but no, let me give it to the QMR because that's the last point of interest. and then after the rejection we go to the 1 hour for our proposed entry. Okay, before we go to 1 hour, I want to say something. Since we are starting from weekly, we are making it too long. We are starting from weekly, we're making it too long. Now let me do something. You can do this. Since we are starting from weekly, we're not starting from daily, because we are making it too long. So after the 4 hours, what you can do is, once the 4 hour breaks out, like for example the 4 hour breaks out like this, you can go to the 1 hour. If QMR is your normal entry, you can pick your entry from QMR. That's what I wanted to say. You may not want to wait for a rejection and then continuation again. You can just pick your entry, your normal entry that you should, because if you calculate, if we are doing from 4 hours, then the entry should end in 1 hour. But if we are doing from weekly, it should end in 4 hours. If you go out from 4 hours now, it's like we're going too far. So you can see the buy was here, came out. Now, so somebody was asking me that if we don't want to do 1 to 3 and all of that, what do we decide to do? Me, I love being realistic. 1 to 3 is very fair for me. Do you understand? But most people will want to take this as their overall take profit. Most people want to take this as their overall. But me, I love being realistic. I love a particular. I don't like putting my take profit based on external liquidities. No. I just feel like at the same time, let me just, if I want to even do 1 to 5, it's fine. Let me just set it at 1 to 5, then let it be. Do you understand? I don't put it based on, okay, I want price to clear here, because that's uncertainty. You never can tell. So you can see how we followed up from weekly down to 1 hour. Now you may ask, why did I not use rejection and continuation from 1 hour? Now the answer is, this is because I started from weekly. Well, if I started from daily, I would have done it till I got my rejection and breakout. Now let's see how the daily was for GBP USD. So since it was last week, how many days will we count? I think it's starting from here. Should be here. Let me count something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it should be from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, from here. So at the same time, it's still giving us that same sweep stuff. Let me use daily to see how it was on Monday. So it's still gonna sweep it here. Then let's see. But sometimes on your daily can be showing bearish and weekly can be showing bullish. It all depends on when. If it's like a new week, I will advise you to follow up with the weekly than daily. If it's like a new day, then you follow up with daily. Weekly is just the previous is one time. So that one time now, you are seeing that, okay, it's very obvious. Like on the daily now, you can see that on the daily this pair is bearish, because what rejected in this guy here is bearish. But from the weekly, there's nothing there. It's bullish, rejected from here. So who will you follow? You will follow daily and you follow weekly. But in between daily, you look for buys to follow up from weekly. Then you put in mind that every sell that you see on daily is counter. As simple as that. Especially if once price just takes out our distortion, let's not forget, which is this guy. then it is confirmed that we are bullish, because the disruption and inducement, they are both out. So since we have gotten a reversal sign for weekly, let's not be surprised if the disruption gets taken out as well. Don't forget. So I was explaining something that, okay, let's assume we're using 4 hours daily for this new week that just passed. So we had our rejection here, our sweep, we had our sweep here, then we are still going to use the same method. If it was rejection, then daily reject, daily 4 hours breakout. So since is this, then this sweep, we'll go to look for our breakout on 4 hours. Our breakout on 4 hours is here. Then our rejection of nothing is sweet more than when daily and weekly are on the same line. You just be happy. So after this, then we had our rejection at this level. Let me just put this guy, because I'm certain that this guy had no breakout. So let's use this guy after our breakout, our rejection, then our rejection again, and then our breakout over here. No, that's not a breakout. This is our rejection here. So our breakout is this guy. This is our breakout. After our breakout, price we trace back to this guy, which is our breakout, and then it bought from our breakout. It snubbed the QMR. This was the QMR. It snubbed it. Nearly cannot kill a bird, but he used this. He tapped on this inverse. It was a snipe. I'm not sure anybody would have, he's not trigger. I did it. Snipe won't even trigger any broker. Let's just be realistic. The QMR is not bit, but mitigated this, which is our second type entry, which is this type for sale. For buy. That's the one it triggered, and it snubbed the QMR. That's the breakout itself. So it's still bought. So overall, both from weekly and 4 hours and daily, they were both signaling a buy. Overall, they were both signaling a buy. So that's just it. Very simple, nothing complicated here. I said I don't want to take long, just 30 minutes. Next week class is our last class. You can see whatever is to reward is your choice. And the daily, check something. And the daily, if they are doing this, what are we targeting? Then most likely they'll be targeting this guy here. How many reward will be that? 1 to 4. So you can see that it's not easy. Just follow the principles. Don't try to put your own rules, except if it is working for you, then you can. Aside that, just stick to what I have taught you. Except if you have back tested it, then it's working. Let me check from Telegram. So I'm going to take questions now. I'm going to take as much questions as I can. Let me see. The announcement I gave, I said at the start of every new week, begin your analysis with the weekly directional bias. It provides a broader market perspective and help you align your setup with the most likely direction for the week. Same thing applies to monthly, but I wouldn't want you to stretch that. It's not really necessary. You are not obviously you are not a swing trader safe. You don't really get business with that one like that. It will just, but in monthly time frame, you can see in monthly we are bullish. You can see what did this sweep this guy. In the monthly we are bullish. So you see after rejection, you can see he's buying. People that are swing traders, some people will hold this trade for a full month because they are monthly directional biases. So those ones that are swing traders, some say are position traders. I don't know that you guys have heard of position traders before. Those ones say they do 1 year. You know, easy. 1 year they did for one sale. I've seen somebody like that on Twitter. The guy has been holding a position, but that one is BTC. He has been holding a position since 2024 ending till date. But whether retracement come or retracement not come, it's not been that one business safe. So let's not go too far. Some people do monthly. You can see after monthly rejection can go down to the weekly for breakouts. Some say if we will not even see trade until breakout. Imagine waiting for price to break here. People that are trading for weekly and daily, they have gotten more than 5 to 10 setup. You are still waiting for one. But the truth of the thing is that when they finally get that setup, that's the kind of setup that they say one is one. They can hold it, and their little $10 can be giving them like $500, but you will hold. When they say hold, that one is not for somebody that don't have money. If you don't get money, you know go on the see even top traders if are doing 1 to 1, 1 to 2. So it's people that they don't really get money like that, they just want to drop it there. If people have money, 1 to 2 will give you good money, 1 to 3 will give you good money, 1 to 1 some people are doing 1 to 1, they are profitable. But one thing about 1 to 1 is that if losing streak come, God, imagine having like 6 trades and the 6 hit sale. You need extra 6 trades to recover 6 trades before, when in this sense just 1 to 3 times 2 have cleared that loss, or somebody else 1 to 6 has cleared it off. That's why some traders can have 6 losses and 1 win clears it off. So you see, just do whatever works for you. Let me take question. We'll be using the setup analysis. I've answered all the questions that everybody tagged me. All the questions. There's no pending question right now. So ask your new questions. There's no pending question. Ask new question. I've answered all the questions already. Ask me new questions. If there's no question today, then I'll know that when I don't finish work already. I took my time to almost count all the results. I lost count. I could only stop at 1,000. Like the results I'm seeing, they are mind blowing, especially the charts. Especially the chart, because I was trying to do like a folder too in my phone. The results were mind blowing. You guys ask me question now. What's going on? Ask me question. You guys don't have any question again. Ask me question. Let me do my directional bias for the week. So on GBP USD, we could see good buys. Not goodbye, you like buy. Good buys, BYS buys, because of our weekly rejection to the upside, and aside our weekly rejection to the upside, we also, the previous week, we also had this sweep I told you guys about, this one here. So we're still in line with it. Then okay, somebody saying, when using the weekly directional bias, what time frame do we check out for our breakout? The daily, the next time frame that follows now, that's daily. Use your daily. Okay, somebody was saying, what time frame is that? 4 hours. Somebody was saying, why did I not use this breakout? Which breakout is that? Let me look for what the person is talking about. Okay, this one. Which one are you talking about? Is it this one? Is it this one? Where did the rejection occur from? The rejection will always tell us where the breakout will be. I think the rejection occurred here. The breakout occurred here. Then we had a rejection at this level. I don't know if I'm right. I can't. 1 hour, okay. 4 hours. Okay, this breakout. That's what I used now. Then I said price tapped on it now and it bought from the breakout. That was what I used. Abi, that was what I used now. Then I said he used this entry, this one like this. That was what I used. That's what I used now. This is the same thing as this. That's what I used. Must price leave a support or a resistance before the rejection happens so that it will become the breakout? Or can we pick a breakout price gives after the rejection? No. Price must leave a resistance or a support before it rejects. If we are saying that it's after it has rejected, that's when we have to look, then it will not be this. We can use this. We can use this. No. It has to occur before it rejects. This is where that rejection happened, and the last it created was this before the rejection. When you are mentally break down, what do you do to avoid it from affecting your trading psychology? I'm not even going to lie to you. I just pray, because I'm not really a strong person. Little thing makes me cry. Aside money, when something is bothering my mind, the only way I could like pour out my pain and wherever I feel is by crying. I can't count how many times I have cried and I have prayed to God this year. Like so many times. I've had challenges that affected my mental health, not financially though. A lot of things were happening at the same time. And the only way I don't know if you believe in prayer, but I really do believe in prayer. So the only way I could tackle it is by praying to God, and talking to people. I pray to God. I talk to people that I trust and I love. They like give me some response that they can, and at the same time, it's just God that will just help you out of whatever you are going through. Do you understand? Because if I say there's any book you can read, except you are focused, you can't even understand what you're reading. So only God can help. I will go on my knees, I will stay in my room, I will cry, I will talk to God, I will call my mom. My dad is late, I will call my mom, I will talk to her, she will talk to me. That's just it, and I'll buckle up. Winners never quit. So In this price action, daily rejection is A, and the 4 hour breakout is the B, but price didn't break it and price from another SBR, which is the C. Carry the C as the new breakout away for the B. See, let me tell you guys, as long as this person is asking a question that what if price has not gotten to your breakout, what do you do? Like, he's asking this. Let me go back to that daily. He's asking that what if price has not broken this place now and it now creates SB a breakout candle kind of here, and it breaks this one here, but it hasn't gotten to this one. You don't have any business with anything that occurs here. Your breakout is the last one it creates before it rejected. So you don't have business with C or whatever. Your business is just that one that it has to break to be a breakout. If it forms 1 billion here and it has not broken this one, it is not counted. I don't know if you understand me. Good evening, Sabii girl. Concerning the weekly candles, does that mean we can't use open, close, and close for the daily again? I don't say so. It's a new week. Why not we look out for weekly directional bias? What happened the previous week? What do we expect to happen in the new week with our weekly directional bias? That doesn't mean that you will not get. It's not only 1 week that this is in 1 week. How would I put it? There's only 1 week in 1 week now. So that weekly directional bias can only give you at least, who knows, just one setup that may trigger maybe Monday or Tuesday. And after it triggers, you continue with your daily till the end of the week. So that weekly directional bias is just to know your overview for the week. What are you looking out for weekly? Are we bullish or bearish? That can also make you decide that, okay, fine, can you hear me please? And can you see my screen? And that can also make you decide that, hold on, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, yes. So yeah, I was saying, you can still do your normal daily directional bias. This is a new week, so getting a directional bias from the week two for the new week is not bad. Maybe at least for a setup of Monday or so. Okay, let me see another person. If you had a breakout on the 4 hours and also a rejection on the 1 hour and also a rejection and a 1 hour breakout, suppose it's an ROBS or SBRO, and the week of the key level didn't break with the body, can I still enter with the key level even if the week hasn't been broken with body? Because you said for an ROBS or SBR to be valid, needs to do a body break, because I noticed sometimes price reacts on key level without a body break. It has to be, if you're talking about that, what qualifies to be a breakout, then it must, emphasis on must, maybe write it in capital letter, it must break with the body in order for it to be a breakout. Then for it to be a valid rejection, it must reject with the week. I don't know whether you guys are getting me. Having a resistance, then price sweeps it high and rejects close bearish candle. Do you consider such resistance respected? Having a resistance, let me draw it. Let me put the explanation to a pictorial form. Having a resistance and then price sweeps it high and rejects, sweeps it high and reject. I suppose this is what you mean. and close bearish, do you consider it? Yes, I consider this as a rejection. Any time frame it appears on, this is a rejection on a resistance, so it's correct. Could you please clarify the look? Ah, God. Uh, could you please Can you please explain what you said about sweep being the same as rejection? I didn't quite get you. I don't say sweep is the same as rejection. I just said in places where for the new day or the new week or the new month, you could not find a rejection, and then you see something like this, a candle that closes above its previous candle, treat it as though it is a rejection, but it is called a sweep. You don't know this sweep again. We know this thing already now. And then you just follow up from normal break and the rest from here. A situation where there is no rejection on the weekly, does that mean no trade for the week on that particular pair? No. Check your daily. Check your daily. Follow up from your daily. Except if your daily doesn't have anything, you just let it be. Tuesday, you check again. But if you don't want to trade for that week, it's your own choice. Can price reject a zone multiple times on daily time frame? Yes, it can. It can reject. Sabii girl, this is it. This is what you dropped a chart with a rejection in, looks like an open close. They say open close. What do you want me to say? I feel like you guys don't even have much questions if you guys have already understood the major things you have to understand. It's good. It's good. God will help you people. Is really really good. On daily, I think good close here. Let me see. This one is on daily, yo. On daily. On daily, let's see weekly. Close weekly bullish. Why? What's going on with this guy? The bullish even close with is that sweep pattern I told you guys just now. So you may have to just be careful with your sales, because you can see let me clean this off and try something. The previous week that just passed, let me try something. There's a sweep here. I think this is it. The price has not even broken yet, which means that even the last week buys has not even been confirmed, and it's going to be confirmed this week. So let's say if gold can close, since it's the daily candle, this should be this Friday's candle, Monday candle. If Monday candle can close with the body here, then it's better if you look for buys on good than sell. Then it's now going to align with the weekly, because even the previous week had a confirmation for buy. This week too has a confirmation for buy. Let me check this week if they have any breakout before market opens. Weekly, daily. You can see on this week here, we already have this breakout here. You see, we already have this breakout here. So if daily self close above this place now to invalidate this rejection it had here, then gold will see good buys. But there is no rejection yet. You can see that even on the daily as well, they had, if they are following daily to daily to daily to daily, there you can see that on 30th June there was a sweep. Not even this one. I think this guy went as far as here. There was a sweep here. This candle swept all of them, which made it buy this way. Let me check. You can see where the breakout occur. I told you guys that if breakout occurs with the week is not counted. So this was where the breakout occurred. Yeah. And then we had a rejection at this guy here. This guy here. Then what next? Oh, they had a snub entry. Okay, let me see. Then their breakout was here and up till this level there was no entry here. Price did not return back to any of these guys. It stopped at the last one from the 4 hours. So the directional bias for gold is quite simple. From the weekly, we are quite bullish. I've gotten 2 major confirmations. We had our sweep here, and the previous week we also had this confirmation for buy, but the criteria did not fully come together, which is price did not give them their breakout. So if anybody was using this directional bias for the entire week, I'm sure they did not have any trade. But if along the line they try to pitch in some daily, if their confirmations were met, then they should catch this one here. But for this past week, 2 criteria are done, which is this sweep, then the breakout. So let's go just invalidate whatever he gave this guy here. Or let go just give a rejection at this open close so people can like follow up for the buys. So that's what I have to say. Let me see. Please clear my confusion. I check 1 week, I saw a rejection. Do I need to wait for a breakout on daily time frame? Yes, you need to wait for a breakout. Yes, some breakout. That's why we are trading previous price action, because if we are trading recent price action, You can even wait for the whole week and you don't see any trade. So we are trading what has happened previously, and we are expecting that previous week, with all their movement, they should be able to do a breakout. Open close candle. We said, at what level can we mark open close level, or can we say an OCL is valid? It can be valid anywhere, at any level, any place it is found, as long as it is two candles of the same color and they have like little gap. This one people are doing that, you see candle like this is not open close. So anywhere you find it, it's just used for rejection, as people use it for entry when they find it at the extreme. For example, now this one here, some people can use this as an entry. This one is like the inverse of it, and as this one is here now, since it's at the extreme, it's the last, so we can use this one and put the SL above here. It's your choice. Hi Sabii girl. So apparently finding a rejection is the first thing to do, then confirm the breakout before joining. If yes, how do I join after confirming these both? I just think maybe this person is just joining this class for the first time. Like, I've been explaining this thing now. That's what we have been doing for almost a month now, that we have been talking about this. I intentionally made this mentorship more longer than it should be, because along the line I got to learn new things on my own. I will just refer you to a video that we have had, or just watch this particular video again, because I still explain the step. Let me write it to you. So we have daily reject. Let me assume you are using your daily reject, daily 4 hours breakout, and entry in brackets, entry by choice. Then I'm going to write 4 hours breakout and entry or rejection. Then if you choose the rejection, then you're going to do rejection and another breakout, then entry. So again, can you check on BTC day body? Okay, BTC. Let me checking other questions too. Breakout is not a change of character now. Breakout is just your normal resistance that becomes broken and they turn to support. For example, if this is your resistance before and your rejection happened here, and rejection happened here, a breakout is just price turning this resistance into support that you can buy from. Simple. The last resistance or support before your rejection was broken turns into a support. This is a breakout. Sweep on weekly, breakout on daily, sweep on daily, breakout on 4 hours. I don't say so. It's not compulsory it is a sweep on weekly. It can still be open close rejection, resistance becomes support, rejection, support becomes resistance, rejection. Can be any of these rejections. Don't hold on to a bias, so like an explanation. Don't hold on to it. So yeah, we have BTC. Unfortunately, this guy decided to fool himself by breaking out, by giving a rejection in bearish OCL and also giving a sweep. So it's very simple. In cases like this, whichever breaks out first is the one we pick. Let me try something, because Let me put back on weekly. This is weekly. Yeah. Daily. Can you look even on the daily self? This pair self is even looking like it's going to be bullish. In 2 hours, this candle will close, and the way I'm seeing is closing on this bullish open close level, which just confirms our buys. Because looking at this is where this rejection is, if I'm not mistaken. Then we had a breakout here, so we're buying. We had a rejection here too, we're buying. The buys have more potentials than the sell. That's why it's been buying. The buys have more potentials. If you even reject on this daily self, you can even continue. Like reject here on this open close here, you can continue here. So you see, you can continue here, but we just hope it doesn't go and reject on this support become resistance. This one here, it doesn't reject there, because that's already rejected here. So by defeating this guy, it has to, in 2 hours time this candle closes, it does have to close above here. After the rejection, after the breakout, I think we have to stop here. Me that even said 13 minutes safe. We have used more than 13 minutes. I miss you guys so much. Like, it was really a good time here. Like, really good one. Let me just take more questions before we go. This is already 11. This, take 2 more questions. What about the rejection on gold from the OCL? Or what time frame? What time frame are you talking about? Is it weekly? Is it weekly? If it's weekly, I'm not seeing any rejection here. I'm not seeing any rejection here. The last thing I'm seeing here is just the sweep. Kennedy, is you I'm talking about. I'm not seeing any rejection there. Or is it daily? Previous day candle, gold is bearish on daily. Rejected here. And I already explained this one to you guys now. What time frame are you talking about? I'm not seeing any rejection from OCL or something. From the weekly of JP225, there was a rejection. There was a sweep of previous week and a rejection, but in daily it broke the last resistance and closed on it. I don't understand. You're dropping your question, you're not even including charts, making me really confused. Is it like, okay, previous week, so you mean like the weekly time frame? Okay, so the weekly we had this guy one, we also had these two. Let me try something. This is an indecisive candle. You can see that it closed in the middle, but it's looking more bearish than bullish. But let me confirm something. Oh, there's already a breakout on this guy here. A rejection. Let me see. Rejection. This trade has already played out now. If I go down to this trade, it's looking like something that has played out. And there was no lower time frame entry to join this trade. This sale has played out and there is no lower time frame entry. Let's look out. Let me check the buy. There's no lower time frame entry. Let me check something on the buy. The buy has not broken out yet. We have to stop here now. It's already past 11. So I have to stop here. How do we know the sweep is for sale and the sweep is for buy? It's very simple now. For sale, it's going to look like this. It has to sweep above. It has to sweep above. For buy is the opposite. For buy is the opposite. You have to sweep below. Below. Simple. I have to stop here, guys. Next week is the last section we have. So please keep your questions, whatever concerns and anything you have for next week's class. Thank you so much. The video will be uploaded tomorrow. And have a great weekend ahead. Thank you.